In this video, I want to talk to you about how to change your diet in order to get harder, longer lasting erections. Look, I'll be honest with you, there's an epidemic of erectile dysfunctions going on right now. So many men are experiencing erection issues, it is unbelievable. Guys who can't get it up, guys who get it up but can't keep it up, guys who get it up but go soft and then get it up and go soft, guys with ridiculously long refractory periods. All these issues and more are going on right now. And they're going on because of the world we live in, because of the poor food supply, the poor water supply, because of the air pollution, because of the EMF from mobile phones and laptops and microwaves. All these things combined because of too much stress. Stress is a very, very big deal. You know, people are overworked and underpaid, and all these things combine to cause erectile dysfunctions. The question is, how can you get harder, longer lasting erections? Well, I'm telling you, for 99% of people this is true. The thing that's going to have the biggest effect on your erection quality is what you eat. What you put inside your mouth, what you eat and drink in fact, on a daily basis. What you do most of the time. You know, you can have a beer on the weekends, you can have a chocolate bar or an ice cream once in a while, it's not going to kill you, it's not going to render you impotent. But if you eat wrong, like most people do, day in, day out, these things catch up with you. And this is why guys in their mid-20s are experiencing problems. Guys in their mid-30s and late 40s are experiencing problems. And a guy who can actually get and maintain an erection on a regular basis in his 50s and 60s, well, as far as I can tell, from the emails I get from my readers, he's becoming the exception, not the norm. And yet there's ancient civilizations, or people who still live in accordance with how their ancestors lived hundreds of years ago, who are fathering children at 60, 70 and 80 years of age. If you want to learn about that, just Google the Hunzas, the Hunza people who live in the Himalayan mountains in Pakistan, and you read about them. They all live to be 120, 130 years old, and they father kids at 80 years of age. And these days there's guys who are 30, they can't get the women pregnant, they can't get an erection. What's going on? Everything's fucked. The food supply, the water supply, people are too stressed, the air pollution, the EMF, as I just explained earlier. All those things combined give guys erection issues. If you want amazing erections, if you want to be able to get hard whenever you want and stay hard for 30 minutes or more every time and blow big loads, there's nothing more important than you can do than getting your diet in good working order. I want you to drink at least 2 to 3 litres of clean water a day. I want you to eat copious amounts of fruits and vegetables. I want you to eat organic nuts and seeds. If you eat meat and dairy, I want you to eat raw organic dairy. And I only want you to eat the highest quality meat you can find. If you eat beef, I want it to be grass-fed. If you eat chicken, I want it to be free-range and organic. If you eat fish, I want it to be wild. You know, wild Alaskan salmon. That's a good choice of fish. And if you feel the need for additional carbohydrates, I want you to choose natural things like root vegetables, you know, sweet potatoes, parsnips, carrots. I want you to use raw honey. I want you to use couscous and rice. I want you to move away from drinking and eating what most people drink and eat. I want you to stop drinking 25 cups of coffee a day. I want you to stop drinking tap water and soda and store-bought fruit juice and sports drinks and energy drinks. I want you to stop eating all the white processed foods, you know, the fast foods. I want you to stop eating white bread and bagels and pastries and chocolate bars, unless it's raw chocolate, real chocolate, and candy and you know, microwave meals. The list goes on and on. I want you to move away from the processed crap and start eating natural foods. I am not a paleo guy. I am not a raw foods guy. I'm not a carb guy or a fat guy or a protein guy. I'm not some, you know, fucking Nazi trying to brainwash you into my way of thinking. My message is very simple. Eat a natural, unprocessed diet most of the time. You know, if once a week you go to the cinema and you want some popcorn, that's alright, it's not going to kill you. But 90 or 95% of the time, I want you to do the right things. I want you to eat a natural, unprocessed diet. You know, I like to eat a lot of my food raw. If you want to eat a lot of your food raw, that's cool. But I'm not going to, you know, say you're a horrible person if you want to eat more cooked food. As long as you eat naturally, that's good. If you want to eat meat and fish and dairy, that's cool. You know, I like raw dairy. At the moment, I'm vegetarian. I used to eat chicken and fish. I don't really eat chicken and fish anymore. That's a personal choice. But I'm not here to say that everyone's got to be vegetarian or that dairy is going to kill you. You know, as long as it's natural and it's high quality and it's unprocessed, you're doing well as far as I'm concerned. That's going to have a great effect on your overall health. And there's examples of supremely healthy people on this planet who eat meat and don't eat meat. There's examples of people who eat dairy and don't eat dairy. But there are no examples of super healthy people. There's no examples of men who can get hard and stay hard, who eat this natural fucking bullshit 21st century processed diet. There are no examples of those guys. There's nobody who can live off soda and store-bought fruit juice and bagels and white bread and candy and, you know, whatever other bullshit people eat day and night, fast food. There's nobody who can eat that and not have it catch up with them sooner or later. Sure, genetics play a part. You will find that one person, that one guy who's still banging chicks at 100 years of age, and he lives to be 150, and he tells you that he smoked 60 cigarettes a day and drank a bottle of vodka a day, and he's never eaten a vegetable in his life. But you're probably not that guy. That guy, with those genetics, is 1 in a million. And you can't change your genetics, you know. There's no point trying to be that guy. But what I'm seeing is that, you know, some people, this lifestyle, this modern 21st century lifestyle is catching up with them when they're 20 years of age. Guys in their 30s and 40s, almost all of them, or, you know, a huge percent of them are suffering some kind of erection dysfunctions. You know, either a complete inability to get it up, or more usually just problems with erection quality. It's not as hard as they want. They can't get it up as often as they want. They don't last as long as they want. They blow small, unimpressive loads. So the question is, how do you transition from the diet you're eating now to a natural, unprocessed diet? Well, there's only 2 ways you can do it. You can take a step-by-step, slow approach. That's fine if you want to do that. Or you can just say right now, you can make a decision. You can say right now, fuck it, I am not eating that processed shit anymore. I realise that it's slow poison. It's not like arsenic. It's not like one mouthful is going to kill you. But slowly over time, it takes its toll. It robs you of your health. It robs you of your sexual performance and vitality. And you can say right now, I'm just not going to eat anymore. You can go to your refrigerator. You can throw out all the crap. You can go to your local farmer's market or supermarket and you can stock up on high quality meats, high quality dairy, loads of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, root vegetables, raw honey, raw chocolate. You can stock up on those things. You can get started. You might experience some detox effects at first if you've been used to eating a poor diet and you suddenly change to a high quality diet. You might get some detox effects, but nothing terrible. They're going to last a few days or a few weeks at the most. So that's one option. But for a lot of people, they need to go more step by step. They just can't give up all that sweet processed crap that they've been eating for years. Maybe you've been eating it for 40 or 50 years. In that case, you know, you might not want, and I'm not going to blame you if you don't want to give it up all overnight. So if that's the case, you've got to do a step-by-step approach. And there's loads of ways to do it step-by-step. You know, you could start eating vegetables and fruits with every meal. Or you could say, right, I'm going to get breakfast right first, and I'm going to eat a great breakfast, and I'm going to make that a habit for 14 days. And then I'm going to look at lunch, and I'm going to get lunch right, make that natural and processed, and do that for 14 days. And then finally deal with dinner, and then deal with snacking. And you know, it might take you 8 or 10 or 12 weeks to get to a point where you're eating a natural and processed diet. I don't really care. If you're dying, that's different. If you're dying and you don't want to rely on Big Pharma, that's different. You might have to do everything perfectly straight away. But if you're just kind of feeling how most people are feeling, you know, you're a little bit overweight, you've not got the energy you want, you're not as productive as you want, and you know, your erection's not quite firing the way you want it to fire, you know. If you're that guy, you don't need to go 100% natural and processed overnight. You can if you want, but you might find it easier to do this step-by-step approach. And doing the breakfast, lunch, dinner routine is not a bad approach. I've used that with other people, you know. And in fact, if you want to start with what you drink, just cut back on all the processed drinks and start drinking more water. So step 1, here's a process for that you can use if you're in this situation where you want to change your diet and experience massive sexual performance. Let's do 7 days. So you get 7 days to make a habit, right? For the first 7 days, don't even worry about what you eat. Commit to drinking at least 2 litres of clean water a day, not tap water. Glass bottled water or some kind of filtered water. 7 days, clean water. Then commit to eating a good breakfast, right? A good breakfast that's natural and processed. Have whatever you want. You might have a raw green juice to start off with, and then you might have 3 scrambled eggs on a heavy, organic, dense bread. You know, some breads are still good. Heavy, dense, organic bread. And then you might finish with a handful of nuts and seeds and a banana. That might be your breakfast. You know, whatever, as long as it's natural and processed. That's just one example. You commit to that breakfast for 7 days. Or maybe you come up with 3 or 4 natural, unprocessed breakfasts. So things don't get boring, but you do it for 7 days. Then you do the same thing with lunch and dinner. And finally, you do the same thing with snacks. So if you have a snack between meals, you make sure the snack's healthy. And before you know it, in 4 or 5 weeks, you're eating a natural, unprocessed diet. You're thinking sharp. You've got more energy. You're more productive, you're getting more done, you're achieving more, you feel happier, your emotions are more even. I'm telling you, what you eat has a massive effect on your emotions. All this anxiety that people experience, and people going to the doctor for pills to make them feel better, they just need to eat right a lot of the time. I'm not saying that's the only solution, but eating right has a massive effect on your mental well-being. And of course, when you eat right, when you eat a natural, unprocessed diet, you will experience massively hard and long-lasting erections and super huge lows whenever you want. And that's going to make you feel like a man. It's going to make you more confident. You're going to have better sex with your woman, and she's going to love it. Of course, if you want to take things to another level, you should also drink my Huge Load formula, a special smoothie I developed that really does increase your sexual performance in double quick time. Some guys notice results after the first or second serving. If you want to learn more about the Huge Load formula, just click the link directly below this video.